What's going on, everybody? Ed0626 bringing you guys today some World of Warships Legends gameplay. In today's video, I'm going to be focusing on a class of ships I've really enjoyed since I've unlocked the Tier 3 battleships from the original 3 nations that came with World of Warships Legends when it was shipped and became available for free on PlayStation 4 and Xbox. I believe it's on Xbox. But, right now, you're watching a clip of me using the Wyoming, which is an American battleship, Tier 3, first one you unlock in the game. It's my second favorite battleship because I think it hits pretty fucking hard. I love its survivability. But there's a lot of issues with battleships, man. Like, for instance, look at the body of this battleship. It's pretty thick. You know, thick with 2 C's, as I like to call it. It's a pretty thick ship. It hits like a bitch, though. Like, if you are able to land your shots, you will survive and win battles. And in my honest opinion, battleships really dictate the pace of a battle. You're going to see in a lot of instances that I am like the last 1 or 2 battleships remaining on my team. The enemy team will have either maybe 1 battleship or at best a couple of cruisers. But in my opinion, as long as the battleship plays smartly, such as myself, fighting from a distance, they're not going to stand a chance, dude. Battleships dictate battles. That and DDs. Cruisers are good support ships. But destroyers and battleships really dictate the battle. Because destroyers, in my opinion, are a battleship's worst nightmare. And it's the truth. Because if you look at, you know, the Wyoming structure, and I'm kind of getting a little technical with this right now. If you look at the Wyoming structure of the ship, you can see that it's a really thick motherfucker. A volley of torpedoes comes my way, and I have a broadside. There's no way I'm surviving that shit. There's just no way, shape, or form possible that I'm gonna survive. Same thing with the Orion. I have a clip coming up with the Orion in a little bit, and the Orion is basically structured the same way that the Wyoming is. Actually, a lot of these early ships, because of, you know, how they were built and the whole series and line of battleships that were created in the early 1900s to World War II era, you know, they kind of work off each other. So, for instance, the Wyoming and the New York are essentially sister ships. The Orion and the Iron Duke might as well be sister ships, I think. The Atsushi and the Congo, same thing. You know, Tier 3, Tier 4, you're basically fighting the same ship, just different tiers and probably different health, but it is what it is. Another thing I've noticed that I absolutely love and comes in handy when it comes to World of Warships and battleships is the secondary guns. As you see, I'm firing at this ship here with my secondary guns, which are, I believe, automatically firing. And they really come in handy as I get that nice kill there. And I think we won this game, but I get that really nice kill there, and the Wyoming at Tier 3, it's my second favorite ship in the battleships that come shipped with the game. I should also mention that the Orion is my least favorite Tier 3 ship that I've played so far in the battleship, because it hits great. It has really great, you know, firepower. My problem is it's so goddamn slow. In every sense, in every way, shape, or form, it's so fucking slow. It moves slow, it turns slow, it's big and bulky, and again, I should mention a prime target for torpedoes. If you have torpedoes, this is the ship that you want to hit. Its traverse speed on its turrets are absolute garbage. I find that to be its biggest weakness, in my opinion. That and its, you know, bulkiness. I don't know, man. I don't know what the British were thinking. I don't know what kind of stats. I don't know. I haven't really delved into the stats of these ships, but I can just tell by how they feel and how they play. Look how fucking slow it is for that turret to just fucking turn and get that guy. If this was the Atsushi, or I don't know the name of that Japanese cruiser, but that Japanese battleship, but you're gonna see it in a couple of seconds here. You know, if this was the Atsushi, I would have had this motherfucker dead already. And the story behind that thing is, I was fighting this DD earlier in the game, and I fucked off away from him. He fucked off away from me. I went to go fight that St. Louis. He came back behind me, as you saw, and thank God I was able to get him right there. Now here's a ship coming up that I really do enjoy, and that's the Atsushi. This ship is essentially everything I want in a battleship. It's fast. It's very fast. Its turrets turn tremendously. They turn at a great speed. If you were to upgrade them, it'd probably be even better. And its firepower, I think it's the most, I find it to be the most accurate of the 3 battleships I've shown off so far. I find that it's an all-around better battleship. It's slender, which again comes in handy if you're trying to dodge torpedoes. That's really all I could say, man. It's a great fucking battleship. And, you know, I'm not a fan of many Japanese vehicles. It's not like I don't like Japan or whatever. It's just I find using, like, tanks, Japanese tanks, whether in War Thunder, World of Tanks, I don't like them all that much. I don't like how they feel in the game. But this, you can see why the Japanese fucking dominated the fucking Pacific in the 1930s and 40s, man, because this is some insane shit. This is insane. It's a good fucking ship, and it's just all around solid. Like I said, accurate as fuck. I love it. And another thing I want to mention when it comes to playing battleships too is, like, I actually had to change my playstyle completely recently, like very recently. When it came to battleships, I used to figure, oh yeah, I have a lot of health. I'm gonna fucking charge in the middle and just absolutely decimate the enemy team. And lo and behold, that's a strategy that does not work very well. I find battleships to be better in long-distance sniper-like scenarios because they play better that way. I have much more fun, believe it or not, sitting, you know, relatively behind my team while they do a lot of the work, get the damage, and I'm able to either fight off another battleship that's trying to harass them, or I'm taking out a cruiser that's really causing my team issues, like a Phoenix or an Omaha or something like that, or even a DD. Well, as I mentioned before, if I haven't already, DDs are a battleship's worst nightmare, just because they're so fast and the turret speeds of these guns don't move as fast as, you know, you'd like them to, pretty much. And cruisers are more or less fucking useless, especially the early ones, because they only fire one shot. You miss a couple of those shots, you're fucking done for. And here's where the Atsushi comes in handy. Not right here, because I did take a couple of torpedoes. But had those 2 torpedoes not been there, I probably would have been able to dodge them, just because of how slender the ship is. Like, look how skinny the ship is compared to the other ones I've seen. It just plays fantastically. I fucking love it. And also, going to how I changed my playstyle of ships. You know, as opposed to going down the middle, I've also changed how I fire my guns. All the clips leading up until now, right here, I've been using HE shells, which HE shells, for those of you who probably don't know and don't play World of Warships, HE shells come in handy if you want to do extra damage to battleships and cruisers, strong cruisers, might I add. Because, you know, fire hurts. It hurts a lot. AP, on the other hand, does shit like that, citadels, and easily sinking fucking ships. Like, that ship had already about 3/4, half health already done. But, those extra shots I put into it with those citadels, those perfectly placed guns, or those perfectly placed shots, I fucking wiped them off the face of the earth, man. It was great. And like I said, man, AP, in my opinion, when it comes to using battleships, if you're not using AP, you're not doing it right. That's all I'm saying. AP definitely comes in handy when you're using battleships, just because of how much extra damage you can do. Like, any extra damage you can do doing fire is great. However, you can get damage a lot quicker if you're able to hit those citadels, which, you know, basically is hitting the weak part of the ship, causing a lot more extra damage than you would have done initially. That's where I kind of draw the line there, man. I mean, especially with the Atsushi or the Ichisuchi. God, I don't know Japanese, man. So I don't know half these names, but this fucking gun, I mean, this fucking ship, dude, is just top tier of the battleship tier 3s, man, as far as I'm concerned. I'm sure the Kaiser and the fucking, what's that other French ship that came out at Tier 3 when the French came to the game? I don't know what it's called. I'm sure they're great too. I just haven't played them yet because I haven't gotten to that point. Once again, another Citadel, another sunken ship. Get fucked, buddy. I think this is all the same game too. So I was just absolutely wrecking these guys this game. And it's just a lot of fun, man. Playing this way, I don't know what it is, but just playing this way now is a lot more fun for me. Like I said, I used to rush in, be like, oh yeah, I'm going to be the big dick of the fucking team. I'm going to fucking rush in because I got a big battleship. They can't kill me, right? Wrong. Especially if you run into their other battleships. So, if you're new to this game, use AP, fight at a distance, and fight with your team. Because you're essentially the biggest target on the map until you die, you know? As far as, like I said, battleships are the biggest target on this game. They're big, they're slow, they can take torpedoes like nothing because of how big and slow and kind of shitty they are at times. But if you're able to use them properly, like I have been here, especially in this clip, well, not so much in this clip because I'm going to make a really dumb mistake coming up soon here, but if you use them properly, they're just good. They're just really good, man. So that's basically it, man. I mean, Big Daddy Battleship. You can see my... I was hoping in this clip, as I hit those nice shots with the AP there, I was hoping as I was passing him, my secondary guns, which again are automatic, would kill him. And considering how short of a distance he was away, didn't realize he had torpedoes, so he fucked me up with that. And I wasn't able to sink him there initially, but yeah. So basically that's it, guys. I mean, all you have to do is play smartly and you can end up in this sort of situation where there's only one ship left on the team and that ship is essentially going to get fucked here any second now because, you know, I have my aim on him. Again, the Atsushi's traverse speed on the turrets are fucking fantastic and it's really fast and I love it. And because of that, it's just going to be fucking a piece of cake, dude. I may be sinking right now, like as you can see, my boat is taking on water, but right there, that shot is what seals the deal. So stay, fight with your head and not with fight with your head and not with the brawn of the ship. You know what I mean? That's all I can say about that. That is my basically tutorial on battleships and World of Warships. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all on the next one. Have a great day.